I'm going to state my claim here and tell you that if you try this recipe, I will guarantee that you won't be disappointed. I make it so many times and it always receives oohs and ahs when you bring it straight to the table. Hi, I'm Donal and welcome to the channel.
I've been creating easy meals that make your life a little bit easier in the kitchen for over 10 years now. I'll be showing you how to get the most out of your kitchen to next level your dishes for maximum flavor. So stick around, hit that subscribe button, and let's get cooking.
Now, this channel is all about making your life a little bit easier in the kitchen. So I want to introduce to you one of my favorite recipes and the one that I come back to time and time again, specifically because it is incredibly adaptable. And when it comes to recipes that you make over and over again, they do need to be adaptable. This is a blueberry crumble with an oaty topping, and it is absolutely spectacular. You can do it with strawberry and rhubarb, you could do it with apple and blackberry. So we need to make up our crumbly topping, and for that, we're going to need a combination of some flour, a little bit of sugar, we need some oats, and we need some butter. It's kind of like making a sort of a rough, craggy pastry, except rather than forming it into the perfect dough, you're instead going to crumble over the top of your fruit. So on with the weighing scales, and we're looking for about 150 grams of plain flour. Like I always say, please measure with the weighing scales. It makes all the difference to the accuracy of your recipe. If you do it with cups, you can do that, but it won't give you the same results. So it's 150 grams of flour, it's 150 grams of oats, and I have to remember to zero out my scales. So it's 150 grams of rolled large jumbo oats, if you can get your hands on them. Really, you don't want the sort of fine oats here. You want something that's going to hold its shape when it bakes off. So flour, oats in. Next ingredient, a little bit of sugar. So zero out the scales, and it's 175 grams of sugar going in here. Next ingredient is the butter. So zero out the scales, we're gonna grab up a knife, and I'm just gonna cut the butter into kind of nice chunks that will be easy to break down when we push this into the sugar and into the flour. I need about 200 grams of butter, but I'm gonna just chop it in, and you want it to be as cold as possible so that it holds its shape and you have little kind of chunks and knobs of butter in there that will melt down and leave you with the most gorgeous, craggy, crumbly topping. Now, this pack is actually over 200 grams, but I'm going to use the last bit of grammage in there and make up this crumble topping, and it'll still be all right. So now it's time to get in there with our fingers. I'm actually going to add a little bit of zest of lemon since I have it. I'm going to add this to our blueberries as well, but I just want to use it just to echo the flavor that's going in there. And again, depending on the fruit you're using, you could add orange zest or lime zest. It depends what your crumble filling is. So now it's just a case of getting in there with your fingertips and pressing the butter into the oat and sugar and flour mixture until you have a nice kind of craggy mix. Now, another reason I love this dessert is because if I have forgotten to make a dessert, this is probably one of the easiest things you can knock together. Invariably, I have some element of fruit knocking around the house. Even right now, I'm seeing apples sitting in the fruit bowl over there, so they could easily be used as a nice apple crumble. But I have a nice big punnet of blueberries that I've bought, and that's gonna make the filling here. But I really encourage you, if you're looking at this recipe, nail this crumble topping and then do whatever you like after that. This is pretty much where you want it to be. As soon as you kind of stop seeing really dry pockets in amongst it, that's when you know that it's kind of combined with enough butter to hold it together. Now, the way you know it's done is that if you can kind of use your fingertips and press it together and it kind of holds its shape like that, that's pretty much where you want it to be. But you do want to break it up so that it's in nice chunky pieces. So this is good as it is. So give the hands a quick wash. Now, we can leave aside that crumble topping and it'll actually sit in the fridge quite nicely until you need it. Or alternatively, it actually freezes really well. If you wanted to get ahead and have something in the freezer ready to go for whenever you need a dessert, by all means, freeze it. Now, we need to talk about our blueberries. They have a high water content. So unlike apples, which don't need as much flour, these blueberries do, so that you don't end up with a juicy mess and you get something that kind of almost holds the fruit's shape a little bit. So all those beautiful blueberries go in. The rest of that lemon zest and the juice go in here. Now, the reason I'm adding the juice is because you're going to want a little bit of tartness to the sweetness that's going to go on in here. And we're going to add the juice of our lemon in there. Give it a good roll on the board to ensure that you get all the juice out of it. Slice it in half, and my trusty handy dandy juicer is the way forward. I know people, I certainly laughed at people who use these things before, but having a lemon tree means that you squeeze a lot of lemons. So I've got one of these and it makes life a lot easier, especially if you're gonna do like cocktails and things like that. You need loads of lemon juice. Really handy that you have one of these. It also ensures that the pips don't go in when you're squeezing it out. So to this, we're going to add in a little bit of sugar. I'm gonna use about half a cup. Get in there with your spatula and we're just gonna toss the blueberries in the sugar, the lemon juice and the lemon zest. And then lastly, we need a little bit of flour just to bring it all together. So it's about 2 tablespoons of flour going in, just dusted over the top. The flour does help to make sure that you get a little bit of consistency to your blueberry mix, because it does basically go into this blueberry juicy mess. In fact, I'm going to add just a tiny touch of cornstarch or corn flour in here just to ensure that we get a little bit of stability in there too. So about half a teaspoon of corn flour will do the job here. Now, give that all a good mix up. It really doesn't take much more than that. It's just a handful of ingredients, treating the fruit really simply, and then we're going to toss this straight into a prepared baking dish. And by prepared, I've done nothing to it. It's ready to go. So straight into a baking dish, and literally this fruit is just going to go to the most glorious, sweet, mushy mess in the oven. And this is where you take it next level by bringing in that crumble topping. So grab up that craggy mixture and just pile it on top. I always start in the middle and let it kind of roll down into the sides. Now, I know this looks like a massive pile of crumble, but remember, there's a lot of butter in there which is going to melt down and allow for that sugary, floury, oaty mixture to go really nice and golden, and you've got blueberries underneath. That is literally all you need to do. The one thing I forgot to do was add a tiny pinch of salt, and anytime I do some baking, I always add a little pinch of salt, so I'm just going to pop that in amongst it, and I know that as I dive into it, it'll be fine. So that is it. This now goes into the oven. It's going to cook off for about 35 minutes. The way you know it's done is those blueberries are going to reduce right down. The crumble topping is going to be golden brown, and that's really your telling point that you know it's ready to rock. So straight into the oven and let's cook. Okay, the crumble has had its time in the oven, so let's take a look and see what we're dealing with. Yes, yes, yes. Now we've got some beautiful bubbling blueberries, a really gorgeous golden crumb topping. And before I even think of diving into this, I'm going to leave it to cool ever so slightly before we tuck in and put it with some ice cream. I mean, the smell of this alone is just going to make your kitchen a happier place. This is now ready to serve. You can see after it's had a little moment to rest, the blueberries have kind of reduced down ever so slightly. But that is not to say that wonderful crumble topping isn't holding up beautifully on top. So we're going to dive straight into this and take all that luscious blueberry action alongside that beautiful crumble topping. And the real beauty of this whole situation is that saucy blueberry mixture you get. This needs nothing more than a very large dollop of ice cream right on top, which I have to hand, of course. So a nice scoop or so of some vanilla ice cream on top of this is just a wonderful thing. I particularly like the fact that the ice cream kind of dribbles into the blueberries and you get all that crumble action all happening in one go. So let's dive in and see what we're dealing with. This is the magic moment where you've transformed any in-season fruit with that crumble topping, a bit of time in the oven, and of course, some vanilla ice cream. Do you know what? Like, there is great things happening here. There's the sweetness, the natural sort of sweetness of the blueberries, along with the sweetness that we added. There's that beautiful bit of lemon zest running both through the crumble topping and that lemon mixture. But for me, I don't think I can have crumble without oats in it now, because it just adds that bite and that texture. When I see those crumbles that have that rough sand topping, it completely turns me off the entire idea of a crumble topping. So this is what it should be. It should be craggy, it should be crispy, and it should be a little bit chewy. And this is exactly what that delivers. I mean, you've got really great things going on in here. I feel like you're gonna want the recipe for this. So as always, I will leave it in the box below. Make sure you subscribe to this channel for lots more delicious dessert recipes just like this one. We've loads. In fact, we'll leave a link to the playlist to all our beautiful dessert recipes. Until then, leave us a comment letting us know how you will adapt this crumble recipe, and I will see you soon. Yum. Mm-mm.